Hey, this is Abla speaking, doing a One Piece chapter review, chapter 1028, and it's late, so yeah. And we see a cover page color, and appears Oda's going the gaming route here. We have various references to like old school games like Zelda here, Mario. This is probably a fighting game. Robin as like the demon girl from the Street Fighters, I think it is. Donkey Kong, and as YouTube, I guess gamers. I think he's referring to the V girls. It's not play. So Usopp is cheating. He's using modified controls here. He's using hack controls, and Luffy here. I don't know if Oda's. Well, I'm gonna try to dig deep into this portrait because normally Oda foreshadows to what's happening. And as for what's Nami here, I guess there's not much here. Cat ears, or it could be alluding she gets a devil fruit, a cat devil fruit, which I doubt it. And then again, it could be a possibility. And we see Baroque here with a bunch of goggles. And this could be alluding to Baroque getting and we see the sniper signs and all that. Baroque getting like new upgrade because he does wear those goggles when he's trying to make long distances. He could be upgrading it. Sanji here, he looks completely like with a suit and a new gun. And I don't know if Sanji would use a gun because he'd be using his hands as fighter. Zoro's the most interesting. He has a shield and one sword. This could be alluding to him breaking his swords. Two of them, leaving only one. And Baroque seems to be Chopper. Who cares about Chopper? And I guess the reference here, but it's already too late, is Nico Robin's Devil Fruit ability, or like a demon fruit. And Luffy's obviously Sun God Nika, and Baroque with a king. I don't know. I'm digging too much into it. Let's get into the chapter. So we go back to exposition, and we see Zip and Zoro, and they appear to be on the phone with someone. And they appear to be relaying the information. And CP0, basically what they're saying, they so even with their calculation, even everything's going to their favor, to the strong. CP0 still states they can't see Kaido, but I just can't even sent Kaido actually beaten. Is that what? I don't know what that word is, but whatever. So they can't see Kaido, and we see Robelucci, and there's two orders apparently. Apparently, there's two orders. If Kaido does fall, and apparently there's a force headed, there's a bunch of battleships. I count 4 right now, but there could be more. And that means Wano Kuni is getting controlled by the world government. And this could be a possibility because I don't see how they're going to fight against them because they're going to be severely weakened. That's if Kaido loses. And the second one is bring back, to capture Nico Robin. And we see Robelucci. But I don't think Robelucci's headed that way. Because Robelucci appears to be in a building. And you see there's a desk, there's a globe and everything. And we finally see the guy who fought Zoro with the square nose. We see, is that the shampoo girl? I'm not sure, but it's one of them. And it appears they want to capture Nico Robin. Is this gonna work out? Because immediately after this, we get back to Nico Robin, and Nico Robin's back on her feet, and Baroque is also fighting, but Baroque hasn't had a good fight. So I don't think we could go back to this plotline. Like Nico Robin was already captured by these dudes before. Let's not do this again. Plus, what is Robelucci gonna do against? Well, Luffy's gonna be severely weakened, so that is a problem. So In my opinions, this might go somewhere because it's being stated. So I don't know. Maybe someone else from the Straw Hat gets captured. Because they say bring back Nico Robin. So that's pretty strange here. So we'll see where this goes. I don't know. Not that very interesting in my opinion. Then we go back to Onigashima, and Momonosuke has been left alone to try to deal with the falling island. And Momonosuke is pretty huge too. Well, his dragon form is pretty cool. And we see that Momonosuke is trying to summon cloud flames by simply repeating the name of I summon thee repeatedly. So we'll see if that works out. And we see that it was supposed to be 5 minutes away, according to uh, Yamato. And Yamato's actually scaling the mountain. And she apparently is gonna go try to mitigate the blast by doing something about the explosives. And it's pretty good. That means Yamato could help Zoro? No, I don't think so. And we see for the first time Yamato's full animal zone. And she looks pretty cool. She looks really nice in her. But I wonder why her horn changes. They turn like into elk or like no they her horn structure changes a little bit. Momonosuke's complaining he's been left alone, so but they do know that the Law's crew here notes I know a huge wolf. That means Yamato's pretty big, her wolf form. Then we go back to Sanji versus Queen. And apparently Queen is trying to how do you say make Sanji use his raid suit, but Sanji doesn't want to use it. Sanji keeps complaining about his body, and this is probably the Germa cells activating, or whatever they are. And then Queen does a beam, coffee beam. Sanji dodges and does a Diablo Jambe grill shot on his chest, on Queen's chest. And Queen goes back into his base Devil Fruit monster in this form. He does state is that, like he says, Sanji notes that it's pretty interesting that Sanji notes that he's not doing no damage. Even with that attack, Sanji is it's just like Luffy. He was able to understand that he was doing no damage to them. And Queen says something interesting here. The organic kick of yours packs a pretty good punch. Why did it call organic? I'm confused here. But then again, Queen should know stuff about Vince Smoke. So again, and then Queen proceeds to do the most. I guess we had a helicopter Triceratops or whatever he is. So this is to be expected with Oda. Oda's imagination. This is Oda's imagination at work here. And I guess it's one of the it looks dumb as hell. And even Oda himself is making fun of himself because he has the rest of the people reacting. What is that? How that works? That's not how it works. So Oda understands that this is him just being creative, and I kind of like that. So what happens here is that Queen proceeds to eject himself from his main body. Note he's already a cyborg. And Brachiosaurus, I like Marco's reaction too. And Izzo's, they're like shocked. Like Queen just ejects himself like and he's pretty much like a snake and coils himself around Sanji. Sanji, I had no idea. And kind of, if you think about it, the way he designed Queen, his face did look kind of like a snake. So, I guess that's that. Queen is like a hybrid. So, this puts in question like how much of Queen's body is actually human. And the interesting part here is really big claims that stated here. Even masters of a color of armament haki. So basically, even masters of a color armament haki would struggle to get they'll pretty much get broken bones even if they get out of this. And this is to me like, what if he coils himself around Shanks? What happens there? I highly doubt Shanks would be unscathed. Like, it would be a joke to him. And I don't know if I like the gag here. I think this is pretty hilarious. Queen begins to describe his body, and some rockets come out in the sides. And he states when he says launchers, and they'll shoot at him, and they immediately shoot at him. And even Queen says, "No, I was only explaining." So Queen is self-nerfing himself. This is, and they reload, and he starts talking back to them like, "You idiots!" And he says launchers again, and they attack again. They shoot once again, hitting Queen, and Queen fall. Blood comes out of. Queen is self-nerfing here. Like, what's going on here? Like, Queen self-nerfs, and we see that this was actually really effective against Sanji. His bones do get broken. Chopper states he looks like a zombie. But then he pretty much repairs himself immediately. And then Queen comes in with a swing, a sword swing, and it breaks on his cheek. Now, this, how do you say, Queen? How do you say, if it were Dracula Hawk or Zoro trying to cut, Sanji would have got decapitated, period. If it would have been like an actual swordsman, he would have got decapitated. This does not mean like Sanji's impervious to being cut. And we see his cheek where he gets hit in his cheek. He doesn't get hit in his neck and his cheek. Well, pretty much almost the same here. And pretty much Sanji saying, I don't want to become a monster like them. It's already too late for that. And I guess Oda is giving Sanji a power-up in terms of his body. Maybe Oda wasn't really particularly a fan of the raid suit power-up. Potentially speaking. And that's why he's going into the body power-up now. And I guess now he's just like his brothers now. But the only difference is he has emotions. He has emotions and feel stuff. Unlike the brothers who are pretty much like robots. They can't feel anything and have literally no emotions, except the sister. The sister has a little, Reiju has a little bit of emotions, but the rest of them are like emotionless. So I guess it's good in a way, but I don't like the fact that Queen is self-nerfing here. Just like he's pulling a Katakuri here. The next thing we know, Queen is gonna be committing, is gonna hit the self-destruct button on himself. Hopefully not. But my question is here is, sure, Sanji has now got another, he's durable now. He can take a lot of damage. But that does no good against Queen. He needs more attack power. So he's gonna have to use Raid Suit. And I wonder if the Raid Suit is gonna behave differently now that his genes have fully awakened. So we'll see where that goes. I like this chapter because it progresses Queen versus Sanji's fight. Also introduces a new power-up for Sanji, which inevitably means Zoro is going to get a massive power-up too. That's how Oda's structure. If Sanji's getting this power-up, Zoro's getting another power-up. When Zoro got Enma, Sanji got the Raid Suit. He started using the Raid Suit. And now Zoro is pseudo confirmed with King's Haki. Pseudo, I mean, it's ambiguous still. Sanji's getting body modification power up. That means next is going to be Zoro getting another power up, potentially opening his eye. And finally is going to be Luffy potentially doing a gear fifth. Maybe. Anyway, this is I think is a great chapter. The whole robbing, I I do not think Robo-Luch is on its way. Because the way we see them, even though we see ships, unless they're on his ship, but it looks like this is an office. Well, it could be in the ship too. So, and what's very interesting here is even with all the calculations that are favoring now, the started battle was 30,000 versus 5,400. So it was pretty grim for Straw Hat's crew, and now it's turned into, so there's been casualties, 12,000 versus 8,000. So now it's kind of more evened out, the battle. But even with this, CP0 doesn't see Kaido losing. And neither do I, kind of. Governmental Intelligence Agency Cypher Pole ages 0. Neither do I. Well, he is gonna lose, but I don't think Kaido's gonna die, period. So, this is a good chapter. I like the battle progression, but we'll see where next chapter leads. Thank you very much. Peace out and have a nice day.